All right, continue, I should say, with this Fox News alert. This is a live look at Beirut as the IDF confirming they killed the head of Hamas's Lebanon branch in an overnight strike in the country.
So it comes as Israeli forces continue striking Hezbollah terror targets in Yemen and Lebanon.
All right, Nate Foy is in Tel Aviv with the latest. Nate.
Hey guys, good morning. So just moments ago, Hezbollah's deputy chief said if a ground invasion happens in southern Lebanon, then Hezbollah will be ready for it. This as Israeli airstrikes continue causing massive damage, not only to Hezbollah, but also Hamas and the liaison between the two organizations. The head of Hamas in Lebanon, Fatah Sharif, was taken out overnight in an airstrike in Lebanon, and so were militants from a different organization, 3 of them in central Beirut, an area that had not been hit to this point of the conflict. Take a look at the damage from central Beirut. As you can see, the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine says that the strike hit the top floor of an apartment building, but another strike from Israel yesterday sent an even bigger message to Iran. Take a look at this next video. Israel hit Yemen's port city of Hodeidah. This is retaliation after Yemen's Houthi rebels fired 2 missiles at Tel Aviv last week. Israel hit its target from over 1,100 miles away, and that's roughly the same distance from Israel to Iran. Overnight, an Israeli Navy boat intercepted a UAV over the Red Sea. Israel says the attack came from the east. Meanwhile, Iran is reportedly helping Hezbollah select new leadership after an Israeli airstrike killed Hassan Nasrallah and 20 other terrorists on Friday. Iran's parliament met yesterday, and they chanted "Death to Israel" and "Here I am, Nasrallah." Take a look at this. So Iran's parliament speaker vowed to continue fighting Israel and said the U.S. must accept the consequences of supporting Israel. So now we continue to await Iran's response after the killing of Nasrallah. There are reports from several different organizations that small Israeli groups, special forces, are going into southern Lebanon to gather intelligence ahead of a possible ground invasion. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant met with troops in the north just moments ago and told them killing Nasrallah was only part of the plan, and them going into Lebanon may be the next part. We'll send it back to you.
Stay tuned for that. Nate, thank you very much. The live report from Tel Aviv, where it's 1:20 in the afternoon.
So Friday, we get word that Nasrallah's bunker's been hit, and there's no way he could survive. But they didn't. The Israelis did not confirm it until Saturday. And what does it mean? So since 1992, this guy has been in charge. He has been looked at a hero and indestructible and invincible, mainly because when the Israelis tried to go in the 80s and then again in 2006, they were unable to destroy the Hezbollah army. But they took tremendous losses, and they had to back out. And they said, and since that time, Hezbollah has been reinforced to the point where they now have 150,000 rockets. Over the last year, they aimed 80,000 rockets into Israel. And they said, no way, nothing's going to happen to me. Last October, Netanyahu knew where he was. And he told the U.S., I'm going to take him out. And last October, the U.S. says, you better not. So they didn't. And guess what happened over the weekend? On Friday, they took him out. While the planes were in the air with the bunker busters on board, 80,000 tons, they said, we're about to kill Nasrallah. Essentially, we didn't ask your permission this time.
Right, exactly. The thing to keep in mind, Hezbollah is a terrorist outfit.
100%.
They have killed so many people.
Americans.
So it's curious, in the 72 hours since the announcement of his death, what some of the coverage has been. And so we're going to highlight some of that. The Associated Press said that he was considered a pragmatist, but omits the fact that Hezbollah murdered a lot of Americans.
Yeah, hundreds of Americans. There was a bombing of U.S. Marines barracks in Beirut in 1983. And in addition to hundreds of Americans dying, 48 French soldiers died as well. Look at the next one. Seen as a father figure, Nasrallah, Hezbollah leader and force in the Middle East, is killed.
Then the New York Times saying he had the propensity to crack jokes. I mean, are they moronic? I mean, these are...
Is that a joke?
I mean, it's just crazy.
I don't remember them talking about bin Laden as a jokester.
It's unbelievable, and he's equivalent to bin Laden for the Israeli people and also to us as well. I saw over the weekend that there's this RT station, of course, Russian television, and they bring on this supposedly journalist, and she breaks out crying when this happened. I mean, do we not understand the terror that he's brought to families all over the world, including the American people.
It's a terrorist organization.
Hezbollah over the last few years has alienated the Arab world. The Gulf states, burying people alive in Syria, came in on Assad's side, and they were cheering in many factions of the Arab world throughout the Middle East. And Iran, all the pressure's on Iran right now. Now, you're the big brother. You said you're going to watch their back. Hamas, you're going to watch their back. Iran, go ahead. But give it a shot, because Israel's saying just try it. This is an extremely tense time.
The leader is gone, and a lot of the followers, those pagers blew up while they were carrying them. Many were killed in that.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.